Edwards on the drive, goes inside the floor. Turn him over again. Booker scoops it up. Booker brings the boom.
You know it. We're back here for the NBA Finals, Game 1 over on the Run Pure Sports YouTube channel. Two-man booth with my guy, Big T, a.k.a. Big T 44 DFS in the DraftKings streets here. He's got his nice blue Run Pure hat on. He's got his blue shirt on, Tony. Is that are you sending a message here with the blue?
Which color? Who's that for? The blue? Is it for Pacers?
I would assume OKC, right?
Okay, is OKC blue like this?
I mean, like, don't they have blue in there? Am I crazy?
I hope so. I want to be.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't have any blue.
I want to be representing OKC though, so if it works, it works.
It's a lighter blue in their color than what you have on. Yours more, but look at their away or their home jerseys, Tony. It's kind of that blue, right?
A little bit of blue.
It's definitely blue. It's just you have dark blue on, and theirs is a little lighter. But yeah, they have blue. They got blue jerseys.
I'm good with it.
I think are the home jerseys blue? I don't know. But either
blue,
way,
probably. I could see maybe lighter blue.
No, I'm looking at it right now. They have blue jerseys, so I'm right. They've got blue and white jerseys.
I like it. I'm in.
No, your blue's a little darker than theirs, just a little bit, but it's close enough. Is my point. So yes, they're blue. Yeah. You have blue on. Does that mean you're rooting for OKC here?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna win all the money on OKC. So all my bets are in too. I sent the message on Monday. I said you put a little down on Monday, a little down on Tuesday, a little down Wednesday, and then you just hammer them on Thursday. I had some guy that actually wrote me and asked me if I was serious and what the advantage to that was. I said no, I was just joking. We got it just means we're betting a lot on it. But somebody thought I was serious with it. Yeah, we're all aboard the OKC wagon these days, which I can't believe I'm saying after we started the playoffs, and I was not a big fan of the old OKC squad.
That's all right. The playoffs, that you can come around on squads. That's allowed. We allow it to happen as we get through and watch the playoffs and stuff like that. Uncle T in chat. Let's see, who are we waiting on now? JS, or Big T to fluff their hair. I mean, clearly, I don't do anything with my hair ever except for just shave it down every month or two. Big T definitely takes more care of his head than me. So if anyone was taking care of their hair, it's definitely Big T. Big T, you got a fresh cut under that hat? Or are you hiding it?
No.
Not
fresh.
Not fresh.
Too much on the sides. I got to go. I'm having that moment where I got to starting to touch the ears a little bit. I got to go.
Starting to touch the ears. You have to have Amber take care of that after the show. Snatch some Capri Sun, Big T. Rick Majerus wants you to get a Capri Sun.
You like how he included the snatch in there? Snatch.
I love it.
Capri Sun.
I love it. I like the way you use it. Multiple ways to use the old word snatch. We love a good snatch phrase on this show, so we might use it again randomly during this show. The snatch brought us luck. The snatch talk. I tried to tell you, but it's just a good word.
No, I hope it comes back into circulation on a regular basis here.
What do you tell the barber, Tony? What's the go-to? What's the go-to with the hair?
I always go to the same one so they know, but a 0 or 1 on the bottom, 1 or 2 on the top, and let it ride. High fade.
Yeah, a 2 and a 1.5. No fade. So
you need to go down a little lower is what you need. Buy yourself some more time. Cut that thing even lower.
You think I should go to like a 1 or something like that? Like a 1 and then just shave the sides all the way down? Like what would you want?
Yeah, you got it. 1.5. You said you can't go 1.5. That's too high.
On the side of one.
Yeah, you got to go lower. Look how freaking long it is already.
It does get long really quick.
Like Uncle T's satchel.
JSU gets a haircut when he can't see his ears behind his head. I mean, it is kind of true. Like, I will just fuck around and wait until my hair just gets absolutely egregious a lot of the time. The summer is a little different, Tony, because it gets really hot, so then it's like, it's the worst when you got a lot of hair and it's hot. And, I obviously work out a good amount, and nothing worse than when it's like sticking to you. So like the summer's the one time where if I prioritize getting haircuts, it would be right now, like every month or something like that, getting a haircut. That'd be the one time, because I do not like having long hair in the summer.
Even for me, it's way worse in the summer. If it's usually like 3-4 weeks in the winter, it's 2-3 weeks in the summer for sure. Like, you gotta have it short. Have to.
Yeah, 100%. How do they cut around that hat? Yeah. Big T loves his hats. He's got his wall, literally, you can't see it, but up above, he's got hats all around his room, like a billion hats. Just all, it's like lids when you walk in his fucking thing. It's like lid store where it's just all around fucking hats. Yep. JSU's got one Rum Pure hat. Big T's got like 1,000 just hanging around.
You don't wear hats. Look at you. You don't have a hat on ever.
No, I don't wear hats. Are you kidding me?
Why would I wear why would I send you a hat if you're not going to wear it? It's like Uncle T. Uncle T always wants the green one. I'm like, you're not going to wear it. Why would you?
You want to know why? You want to know why? It's just for us. It's to show appreciation. That's what Uncle T. I know why.
The hats. When you don't wear them, you're not appreciating them.
No, it's just to show that you appreciate what I do. So you send me a bunch of hats, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Tony knows I don't wear hats, but he sent me one anyways. Like, I appreciate that. That's what it is.
Oh.
Yeah, no, not happening. All right, that's fine. Whatever. Don't get the snatch juice in the hair, TP. All right, there's some words from DB. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this show. We're going to try and do a couple of these shows throughout the week. The weekend's a little tougher, but who knows with the finals, you never know. They do have the finals spread out though, Big T. We were kind of talking about it before we jumped on. So Thursday, obviously today, game 1, and then they don't play again till Sunday, and then they play Wednesday, and then Friday a little tighter. So like, they do get a good amount of rest in between these games. And they also, both teams have had a decent amount of rest coming in. So that's my first question to you is like, how are you looking at all this rest that both teams had? Because obviously both teams have had a decent amount of rest. One team maybe a little bit more, but still a good amount of rest. So do you put that into your thought process at all for game 1?
Yeah, it's just going to be more feel out than even usual. Game 1's always a feel out game, obviously, especially with these two kind of on a collision course a little bit, where OKC's kind of battled these teams where you have one stud, obviously with Jokic and Ant back to back, and Halliburton's that way, but Halliburton's much more of a distributor type stud where it's just a different matchup. So I'm anxious to see how, with the rust and the feel out process, how they defend them, some of the stuff like that. But I don't know. I think it'll be a little bit rusty or early on, a little sloppy. Maybe tonight's an under game too because of it, where it's a little sloppier than you would expect after the time off. But I think they'll settle in, and I think it's OKC all day. What did you say? It's 10, and what's the total at right now?
So, yeah, the spread's 10 on DraftKings right now on DK Sportsbook, and the total is 230. Juiced a little to the under, but yeah, 230. So you kind of like the under in this spot?
I have to. And OKC plays so much defense that I know people are – Indiana runs, gets it out, goes.
Runs.
The whole 1 second thing, but still OKC's – I like the under a decent amount too.
It's funny because you got one team that these teams are kind of similar in some ways, that they are a little different in other ways, but like Indiana wants to run. They want to push the ball, even off of a make. They want to try and get out there and you kind of use their offense as a weapon. OKC's young, though. They also can run, but they like to turn you over. Like when they go on crazy runs, Tony, it's almost like they turn their defense into offense. It's like those turnovers that lead to baskets. OKC creates a lot of those. And that's what then the crowd gets going. That's when the crowd starts going crazy and you feel the pressure, right? And teams start to wilt a little bit. And that's OKC's, home advantage, but that's what they do. They like to get up into you. And it will be interesting to see this matchup because you got a team in the Pacers that have kind of done it honestly by committee offensively. It's not always Halliburton, right? Halliburton will have his games. I'm not saying he doesn't, but then he'll have games where they win and he doesn't do that much. And you're like, that's their best player. And he had 28 fantasy points, but they won by, remember that Cavs game where they won by 40 and he had like 23 or 25 or something like that. Yep. He did barely anything and they dominated that game. And that's the interesting part in this series is like the pace. When you slow down Ant or Julius Randle, it's going to really fuck up Minnesota's offense, like really mess it up. Does it affect the Pacers offense as much if they slow down Halliburton because of the way they'll just be like, all right, Andrew Nembhard, go hit some big shots. Or, Obi Toppin comes in, TJ McConnell comes in, gives them some big minutes. That's the interesting part to me with this series is how does that affect them compared to like these other teams where I think taking out a star or two from their team really hurt them.
Yeah, I mean, I still think like a lot of people, I like how the Pacers play, but still, if you just totally cut off Halliburton, he's still like those stats we talked about last series where they're just some crazy record where when he scores 20 plus, when he's aggressive. I still think I'm gonna take my chances if I can totally take him out of the game. I mean, Nembhard was good in Game 7. I'm looking at I wanted to see the last time they played was March 29th. We had Indiana was really spaced out scoring wise. Looks like OKC was up 10 at the half, up about 20 going to the fourth. Similar to how I kind of see tonight going. So you got the points. I mean, totally spread out. It looks like Indiana had everyone in too. I was making sure everyone was in. All their starters were in there. The points were totally spread out though. Like, and the funny thing about Nembhard is he had 16, 7, and 5. So you could be onto something with Nembhard in that case where he had the best stat line of anyone. Pascal was terrible. Neesmith was terrible. Miles Turner was terrible. Halliburton was 18, 4, and 3, so normal. Jarris Walker played. I think everyone played, though. It's actually shocking how much. That's why I thought I was missing someone, but I don't think I am because all their starters are in there. I don't know how Jarris Walker played 27 minutes. I don't know who am I missing. There's got to be someone. Oh, Benny Math wasn't in there, but everyone else. How in the world did Jarris Walker play 27 minutes?
Are you talking about in the last time these teams played, Tony?
Yeah.
They probably liked his defense on one of the two OKC guys, which makes crazy.
Sense. And I'm sure he did get, because it was 22 in the fourth. There was probably a lot of scrub time, but that's still 27 minutes, even if he played scrub time.
But Rick Carlisle, though, he likes to try things out. Like, so like if stuff's not working, he will go, even in the playoffs, he'll do this. In the regular season, it's tenfolds. Like, you know what I mean? He'll do it to an extreme. So I don't know. The game
went small too. So Chet didn't even play. I'm looking at their side now. Chet didn't even play.
Well, Chet was in and out of the lineup for OKC, right? Because he would play one game and then rest for a lot of the regular season.
The game went small too. I'm trying to piece it all together in my head because Hartenstein only played 14 minutes and Chet didn't play. So that's why Jarris probably played a little more. The game just went small. And I was trying to see if everyone else looked like they played in the game. Wiggins didn't play, but Wiggins doesn't matter.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was my first question is like, how does Halliburton, because I think OKC is going to do a good job, at least on Tyrese. They have so many different defenders they can throw on him. It always comes back to like when I watch Halliburton play, do you give him space, Tony, or do you get up in him? I hate giving facilitators space because it's easier for them to make reads and passes. So I think you want to get up in him. And I think OKC has the best team in the league to do that with because they can give him Cason Wallace, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams can get on him a little bit if you want someone a little tall. Like they have multiple guys they can just throw at. Alex Caruso is going to hound him when he gets out there. That's 4 guys right there that you can throw at him at any point. It's just a lot harder. And I think they are going to make him, honestly, like I think they're going to get up in his shit and not make it easy for him to facilitate.
I mean, the series is going to be too easy for me where I just don't see how Indiana, everything I look at, I just don't see how they don't get torched in this thing. I mean, game 1, feel out. Tonight's the game I'm the most worried about. After tonight, I think it's just an onslaught. So, like, I want to get tonight somehow, but you just look at these Indiana pieces. I mean, you have Halliburton, who I know it's a 1,200 difference to Shea, but there's just no way I'm playing. I mean, I don't even see how you could even consider Halliburton over Shea. So, like, that's easy. And then you just go down the list, though. Like, Jalen and Pascal are the same price. There's just literally no way I could play Pascal over Jalen. Chet, Miles Turner, same exact thing, all the way down the list. I think Nembhard, though, you're onto something with Nembhard, because I was wanting to find a guy that I felt good about in Indiana, and everything you said makes sense. Where they're gonna obviously focus on Halliburton. I mean, that's what they're gonna do. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're gonna, which means one of these other guys. There's no way I'm gonna like Pascal with his matchup. I'm never going to like Miles Turner because it's actually a bad matchup for him too. So it's got to be Nembhard, the same guys as always, Nembhard, Neesmith, and the bench guys. And I think you're onto something with Nembhard. But these top couple, I mean, you got the three studs or whatever you want to call them from Indiana are tough plays for me. Tough
Even
plays.
Pascal, this has got to be one of the tougher matchups for Pascal.
And they didn't do us any favors. He's 9,400. Like, wasn't he? I swear he was in the 8Ks last series, right?
But he was good in the last series. We were definitely wrong on some of the games with him because he was good. He put up 52 different games. He had that 44 game, which I can't remember. I think he was on the winner in that game. So he was on the winner a few times in that last series. So we were definitely off. Like, if you didn't play Pascal, obviously in his bad games, he was bad. But, like, that's why his price went up. He was 8,200 in one of the games. That was his
whole
low
series. He was,
and then he went to 9K and 9,200 the last 2 games. So
he was both games. He was 9K.
The last 2 Knick games, the last 2
He's not that much higher than. But the matchup, like you said, is way worse.
And to be clear, the Cleveland series, he was 9,200, 9,200. 8K, 8K, 7,800. So like he was 9K to start in that series, which is interesting.
Yeah. I just don't see how this team's going to compete. I think and we've been on the Pacers. We gave the Eastern Conference champions. I picked them, I think, every series too, right? I had to be on.
Yeah, you had them over Milwaukee. You had them over in the second round, and you had them in the third round. So,
and we're like high on Indiana. I love Indiana. We've rooted on them. We've had fun watching them, but this is just a brutal matchup for them. And I mean, the crazy stat to me too was OKC was 30-1 this year versus the East. I think I saw, or 29-1, whatever it was. Only one loss all year versus the East, and that was versus a healthy Cavs team.
And that game was crazy. That game was like 140 to like 100. It was a crazy game. I remember that game. It was back and forth. That game was wild. Like, it's not like
and
Cleveland
the Cavs match up as good as anyone in my head with OKC too, just with the way their roster sets up. They can they're like a better version of Indiana. When they're at full strength and healthy, they're like a better version of it, what Indiana is. So I just think it's lopsided. So for the whole series, I'm going to have to figure out how to get Indiana pieces just because of how much I'm going to like OKC, which makes the captain part of these showdowns easy, though. I mean, tonight you got
really easy.
the biggest showdown we've had, right? Over $1 million, 1.2 prize pool, 250 up top. Yep. I mean, we got big boys, so we gotta figure out how we can do things tonight, which it's maybe it's just a full onslaught.
Well, here's the first thing is the top tier. I think the top tier is easy, right? It's SGA and it's Jalen Williams. Like, I don't think we need to – I don't think it's Halliburton. I talked about it, but DB also wrote about his assist rates with Lou Dort. It just makes sense in general because, like I said, it's a lot harder when teams play defense on the stars the way OKC does. And they're also allowed to just beat the crap out of these players. Like they are, I mean, Halliburton's not a big dude and they're going to push him around. Like, and on top of it, he doesn't flop as good as Jalen Brunson and SGA to like get some of those calls. Like on the other side, Aaron Nesmith is going to go through the same hell he went through with Jalen Brunson. I know he won some of those battles, but like SGA might just be a better version of
there's no might about it
of Jalen Brunson. Well, no, in my head I was thinking like from like a drawing fouls perspective, Brunson's pretty damn good. Like SGA is really good.
He does. The difference is he's just so much faster on that first step where it's Brunson's just so slow and floppy that
I also think that SGA is sneakily deceptively strong, even though he's taller
he's
and
just
looks
strong with his body for sure.
No, but I'm saying he looks like leaner. You know, Brunson's shorter and he looks more compact, right? So when he goes into you at a lower point, that's how he creates space. But like SGA, I think he's way stronger than what he looks like in person when you look at him. And I think it's deceptive to defenders when they guard him. Especially guys like Nesmith, right? Because Nesmith uses his size to his advantage. He's majority of the time, Nesmith's guarding like smaller ball handlers. He's going to be bigger than SGA, but SGA is still pretty big. He's not smaller for a ball dominant guy that he's used to guarding.
We talked about it last series too. You just talked about it with Halliburton. I agree with you. Like I want to be up in Halliburton. I still think Shea. I don't think I think he wants that contact. So I think it actually helps him, Nesmith, on him. He wants you. If you back up, it's a little harder for him, I think, personally. Obviously, he's unbelievable. He's like Jokic. There's no answer. But I would rather play off of him than up in him.
He wants to attack.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. Anyone who's played basketball, like, if you want to attack the basket, right, even if you want to then pull up for a mid-ranger, right, you want them up. It's harder when they sag off of you to attack, right? It's way harder.
You're just going to have to shoot a lot of the time, too, when they play off, where he doesn't want to do that. He might do it. He might beat you with it.
I still remember guys would just shag off me and just, I dare you to shoot. I dare, I still think about it. And I'm like, it's way harder for me to get to my floater, which is what I wanted to do all the time because that was my favorite shot. It was way harder for me to do that because they were backed off 2 steps. Like it's the same thing. Nesmith is not going to sag against SGA. He's going to get up in his shit because that's what Nesmith does. He relies on that. So I agree with you. I think it goes into what Shea wants and the style that Indiana plays is going to benefit SGA like offensively, like fantasy scoring. Because think about it, Tony. Rebounding, pushing the ball. When you got a team that's playing fast like that and they don't make shots, you're going to get the ball and go, and you're going to speed up too. Their tempo kind of speeds you up in a way, and I don't think OKC is going to be afraid of a pace-up matchup. Like, I don't think they're going to care. They're young. They have depth. They're not going to – it's not like the Knicks. They're going to be fine. If that's how you want to play.
I mean, no matter how much we talk about it, like I just don't see how Indiana. Tonight is I know I
Stop
keep
it.
saying
Get the fuck out of here. I did not say. I said that's what I like to go to when I played. I did not compare myself to SGA. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I couldn't compare anything from my game to SGA's game whatsoever. Definitely not my style. And I wasn't 6'5" with athletic ability like that. Even though SGA is not crazy athletic, he was 200 times more athletic than what I was. I could jump friggin' a foot off the ground back then, so I
they
couldn't
showed a
jump
lot
at
of his
all.
like moves too in high school. I've been watching it closer, obviously in the playoffs. He had the same moves like in high school. It's crazy. It's such a lesson for people like
He's
that. With
just so skilled, like
the
so
same
skilled. Which,
move though, like in high school, it's crazy.
whatever,
Obviously,
dude.
it's way
Whenever
better now.
when you master that move, whatever that move is, and you just have, bro,
Yeah,
like Tim Duncan, that little banker on the
over
left
and
side
over.
that he would just do it every single time. And I'm just like, well, yeah, it makes sense. Just keep doing it. No one's going to stop it. Like, just
Yeah.
keep doing it. Like, do it until they stop it. And they just can never stop it. And I just remember watching it. He was so good with
You
it.
don't need some crazy big bag. Like you just don't. Some guys do, but other guys don't. Like just master a couple moves.
Yeah, the guys that do though probably haven't mastered the first move or the second. You know what I mean? They're just doing different things to keep you kind of off, but they haven't
Duncan
mastered
literally only
one.
needed one counter because that move was so good. Like he made his whole career on like 3 moves total.
Dude, that move too on the left side, and he's shooting it right, and it still would just be perfect. You knew it was coming, and his footwork was just too good, and you couldn't stop it because he had that high point release, and man, it was so good. Like he's probably like the best player ever that doesn't get the full credit he deserves for how good he was.
Yeah, he
Because
was
of his
definitely
style.
solid.
Because of his style, I'm saying. Like his style, people will rank him way lower than what he should be ranked if he was more exciting. That's all I'm saying. Like he was never an exciting player.
Have you seen the clothes he wears now? Like he might be the worst dressed. He might dress worse than us.
Dude, he definitely dresses worse than us.
I
It's
mean,
funny you bring that up
he
because
dresses horrendous.
I did see a video recently of him like in a fit, and I was just like, oh my God,
It's
what
bad.
is that?
Him
And my wife
Jordan
makes
both.
fun of
Jordan
me.
dresses horrible too. Like they're horrible.
Dude, my wife
dressers.
makes fun of me every time I go out looking like because I wear sweats and whatever, and I just don't care and stuff. And she just laughs at me. I just like, but Tim Duncan doesn't care on a different level.
Because he's like filthy rich too. Like, I mean,
dude, it's like Adam Sandler. We talked about it,
but
right?
he's doing it as a shtick though. Like Duncan's just doing it to do it. Like Sandler's doing it partly to be funny, and he doesn't care, but to be funny. Like Duncan.
I think Sandler doesn't give a shit. I think Sandler doesn't give a shit.
But he likes playing into the bit too.
Maybe,
though,
yeah, you're right.
Duncan,
you're
I
right.
don't even think notices that he dresses bad.
Oh my God. Yeah, Duncan's bad. Let's see.
I mean, it's so bad. Like so bad.
Yo, Big T, JSU, what you think of Siakam, boom or bust? What about Chet tonight? We were kind of we haven't gotten a Chet yet. We did kind of talk about Siakam. I don't love this spot for Siakam. I didn't love the spot for Julius Randle. And kind of similar, right, Tony? The way these guys play. Julius Randle's a little bigger. I think he uses his size a little bit better than Siakam. Siakam's more of a finesse kind of four, but
they're very similar. I mean, their styles are similar. If you like Randle, you probably like Pascal.
Yeah, and I just don't like his style in this spot. The OKC super athletic. They've got length to bother Siakam. He takes those tough twos too, which I hate those guys. And I know you do too. The guys that they rely on tough twos. Like that's why I didn't like Julius Randle, because I knew at a certain point he would just start taking bad shots. And that's what you saw in that. Yeah, he took some open threes, but you also saw him take some really tough shots in that series. And I think Pascal's going to do the same thing. And maybe he has one game, like kind of how Julius Randle had the game one where he was hitting everything. He might have one of those games, Tony, but I think long-term in this series, whether it goes 4, 5, 6 games, I think Pascal is going to have majority bad games. And if you're off of him in the series, you're probably going to win most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, Randall only had one good half the whole series. He only had his biggest game was 41. The rest were in the 30s. He had 2 horrible games, under 20. I mean, I agree. It's still going to just be the same issue, though. Like, I mean, some of these Indiana guys, because I don't like Halliburton, I don't like Pascal, and I don't like Turner, but I mean, so look at the numbers. I just ran it naked again just so we could look at something. But like Halliburton, I'm under projecting him at 44. I might even go lower. He's still hitting half my builds, even under projecting him. I mean, how low can I realistically go? I mean, I could go to like 40 or something.
I think like 41 is probably a good
still
projection.
probably let's play with it for a second. Let's see if I go 40. Let's just go lower on both of these guys and let's see what we get. Because I mean, you definitely can't go lower than
you're
30.
Still going to get some. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going to get none.
But these numbers are like high right now, 50 and 30. Like that feels high to me for what I want. Let's see what we get now though, because I docked them. I docked them a lot.
What are you at? What are you at right now for them? Just
so I still get 30. I still get 39. Well, hold on. Where's this at? I still get 39% Halliburton at 40. That's crazy. And Pascal at 33, I get 22%. So honestly, like, yeah, that just shows you're gonna have to at least get something from them. But this is where I used to mess up too. I think where I would just take these guys out and not realize that just under project them because you're still gonna want Pascal over. I mean, what over all these
Smith,
even like Nembhard? Like I'd have a hard time projecting Nembhard just raw points over Pascal. Like even though I love Nembhard, I don't. If it came down to just those two,
I mean, I think I like Nembhard. My favorite. I think he's my favorite like spend up pacer. Just like of all the guys that I'd spend up on, just because I feel like he's gonna have some better games in this series.
Neesmith, what was Neesmith that one game when he was like a core play for me? Wasn't he like?
He was like 5,200, wasn't he?
Now he's up to 7K again. Like that's tough for Neesmith. That is a tough price
in a series like we said too, where he's got another matchup that's just brutal. He only had 26 in that game, by the way, or 24 in that game where he was on the winner, but he was 5,400.
Yeah, so it's not like cheap.
It's not like he had one game where he was fantasy relevant in that Knicks series, Tony, and it was that game where he hit everything, and it came in the fourth quarter where he scored 20 points. Every other game, 16, 9, 24, 23, 26. That was against Jalen Brunson. Now you said he's going against a better version of Jalen Brunson. I mean, how can you – I mean, I'm probably going to put him at like low 20s, Aaron Neesmith.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't like him. It's all these things, though. We always talk about these when you're building on SaberSim or anywhere where you're building. You still just got to do ranges and like so how – so let's just do it real quick. So we've already talked about the top range. Like we like the OKC guys. We don't like the Indiana guys that much. But I mean, so the middle, like where would you rank Chet in the overall just so we can finish the top and then we'll go down?
I think
still rank him third.
I think I would have third as in third in the OKC or third overall.
No, like six guys, 3 studs each way. Just say 3 studs each way. So 6 total studs.
Yeah. I would have him just below Halliburton.
Yeah, so you'd have Halliburton third, Chet fourth.
Yes, yeah, I would have Chet. I would have Chet fourth, but I'm also going to bump Chet a little bit too. So I'd have him a little higher than that project, just a little higher, because I do think the up tempo pace has to also benefit, Chet, who can be a high volume rebounder. And stuff,
the funny thing is your rankings are where the percentages are right now, pretty much where you got Shea and then Jalen and then Halliburton, then Chet and then Turner and then Pascal.
Either way, he's still going to have to guard one of the two best players. I mean, yeah, it's a little different, even if you expect Nemhard. I think both guys are going to have to guard SGA, but I do think they're going to try and put Nesmith on him a little bit. But yeah, I think both guys are going to have to guard him at some point. Because I think they view Nesmith as their best overall defender. And wouldn't you want him, at least for some of the time, on the other team's best offensive guy? That's just the way I look at it. I get it from a size standpoint, though.
Yeah.
So how are you ranking them then? Is that how you have them?
I mean, I'm torn on it. It's definitely SGA, Jalen. I think I'd have to go even Chet 3, probably, even ahead of Halliburton. And then I think I would rank, I would have to go Chet over Halliburton, I think. Again, point per dollar. I'm obviously not taking him. I'm not talking raw points. I'm talking how much I like him. But Chet, I would take Halliburton for sure still, raw points. But Chet, 3rd, Halliburton 4th, Pascal 5th, Turner. I hate Turner. I think I'd put Turner 6th still. I think
Turner got really hurt in the last series because he was in foul trouble a lot. They wanted Tony Bradley for some of the series on Mitchell Robinson, and then Obi Toppin had a couple games, so he lost some minutes to him. It was just an overall bad
on the court in this series, though. Like, how's he going to stay on? What was his numbers when they played last time? Or was that
let's see.
Let me see. Of course, I had it up on my screen, but I took it down.
And then you took it down.
Here it is. Turner had 11 points, 5 rebounds. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Again, one game. I'm not saying that one game meant anything, but I still like to see what happened in it. And Turner, I mean, I can't see it being. I just don't like these Indiana studs.
Yeah. Again, it's just a spot where I think you're going to underproject a lot of those guys, but you're still going to get some. You have to.
I can't believe how much I get. Like, I might have to set some rules and stuff because I can't get this much Pacers. Like, granted, I probably will go lower even on these guys, but like 29% Miles Turner is just too much for me. I don't want that much. That's too much.
I mean, Miles Turner, someone said he had 12 and 11 in one of the games. So, yeah, he did have 12, 11, and 5 blocks. Took 13 shots. This is what I mean, though. Look at this. So Tyrese Halliburton played 35 minutes in this game, took 6 shots, and had 8 assists. But he took 6 shots. Like, that's going to happen. That means that Turner, Nemhard, Benny Math, all these offensively, like, these guys are going to have to shoot more. Is my point. Like, they're going to get way more opportunity, I think.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But yeah, Miles Turner, it's just a tough taste in the mouth from last series to get to him this series. But you might need a little bit, even if you don't like him, just in case.
I mean, I'm just going to let it do its work anyways. And I mean, I'm not going to go like that much lower than 29, but I mean, I don't want 30%.
Is if you don't like the Pacers in this game, if you think they get blown out or something like that, he's probably like one of the worst plays.
Yeah.
Because a blowout, Carlisle's going to go try different things. You know what I mean? So like a blowout is definitely going to hurt him a lot in that scenario. So the other thing was they used Ben Shepherd a decent amount in that last series for his defense, really, Tony. Do we think that sticks here?
He's always loved Shepherd. Like, Carlisle freaking loves Mustache Man.
Gotta be the mustache, right? It just has to be.
Terrible. Like, he sucks.
I know he's so bad. It's just the defense. Carlisle's gotta love his defense. Like, that's the thing. But
Indiana's going to get pounded. We're going to win a lot of money this series. They can't match up.
So is it just going to be 5-1 all day?
It's still tough, though. I mean, so let's go to the next range. It's still tough because you're still going to, like, look at all these Pacers guys in the mid-range. I mean, you're still going to more than likely end up with 2 Pacers just because the cheap guys and stuff. But I'd be fine with 5 ones if that's the way it fell. But so the mid range, that's what I was saying. So like Nembhard, I mean, I like Nembhard more than Turner for sure. That's a 600 difference. I would definitely want him. But then we don't like Neesmith. I definitely don't like Hartenstein. Even though his price is getting a little cheaper, it's still, I don't love that in this series. I definitely think this series plays
question.
small.
Do you think that Hartenstein gets more like low 20s minutes if it's a blowout?
I think either way he doesn't play a ton. I don't.
Well, there's a difference though. Like 24 minutes and 17 minutes is a big difference in my eyes. Like, do you think he gets closer to 24 minutes or closer to 17?
I would have to take under on 24 for sure.
Because the style that they play definitely benefits someone like Hartenstein too. Like, it's just if you think they go small, then he's still a bad play at that price.
I just don't see how he fits in the series that much. I think the series goes small.
I get it in the last series because you kind of wanted Minnesota to go small as well. That was kind of like their goal. So like Hartenstein didn't really fit.
Hartenstein's not going to fit either though, because Indiana doesn't have any bigs. Like it's the same thing as Cat. Like I don't know where it's.
You think they throw Caruso on Miles Turner sitting out on the 3-point line?
Easily.
Yeah.
Like I just think, like, what does Hartenstein gain? What do you gain by playing him in this series? Like, you don't really gain anything. On offense, you might gain like a little. I just don't think you gain anything. They brought him here to deal with freaking Jokic and stuff like that. This is not I mean, I just don't. I don't know. I don't see it for any of the bigs.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
You have so many smalls with both teams. Both teams kind of naturally want to go small. I just would be stunned if this game played out big. I just don't. I don't see
Okay,
it.
so how do you rank Caruso, Dort, Casey Wallace, TJ McConnell, Obi Toppin? Like, how do you rank that range?
I think the whole slate is pretty easy down to this point, and this is where honestly, like, I feel like I just need to take a harder stands at the top with my OKC guys, and just mix and match these guys because it's tough in here. Like, if the game's close, Caruso's definitely my favorite, but if it blows out, he's my least favorite because he's just not gonna. They're just not going to lean on him as much when that's the case. And he's 5,400, which is a little more. How would I rank these guys, though? I still think I probably like the Indiana guys more, just the way it fits. TJ, even though I think this matchup's terrible for TJ too, he's going to have some opportunity when he's in there. He's at home, or he's not. I was going to say he's at home, saying totally wrong, but
nope.
I don't know. I think I still like these Indiana guys more. I'm not going to like Dort as much. Casey Wallace I do like, but I don't know. This range is tough. I honestly don't. I don't want to take crazy stands. So when you look at the percentages, you got 36, 22, 24, 7. I want these percentages to honestly be pretty flat because I don't have any crazy strong takes in this range.
Yeah, so I do think that if it goes small, like Obi Toppin, I definitely like Obi Toppin here.
Definitely Benny Math too. Definitely.
I think so. I was going to get to that next. I think this series last series. I don't think they needed Benny Math as much, especially his offense. I think they're going to need his offense this series. The way that they're going to be able to defend Halliburton, you're going to need guys like Benny Math who can create his own shot out there a little bit more, I think. So I'm going to like Benny Math. I'm going to like Obi too, just because the fact that they clearly went small with him last game, and he's shown that he can give some decent performances. So I definitely like those two guys. I'm probably going to like Casey Wallace and Caruso over Dort. But it's not like I don't want to take like a crazy strong stance of just saying like if you're building a couple teams, I'm probably going to lean those two guys over Dort. What does projections have, Tony? What do they have? Lou Dort ahead or behind those two?
I got sidetracked. I was looking at something. Projections have in order of the price.
In order of the price? Okay. Yeah.
At
So
least,
I'm going
at
to,
least the ones I have are according to price.
yeah.
Kind of the
So,
mixture of Saber and
yep. So I'm going to have that
McConnell is
kind of
higher
flip.
than Kaysen. On Saber, McConnell's higher than Kaysen, but I don't agree with that. So it is close though. But yeah, I think you can pretty much by price. Obi though, actually Obi's ahead of TJ. Obi, I think I would have Obi ahead of Kaysen too. I like Obi with you.
I like Obi and Benny Math a ton, so I'm going to
So who
have
does
them
it?
kind of higher.
Just out of curiosity, the same thing we always do: SGA, Jalen, Chet, Obi, Benny Math, and you got 6,500, which is Hardenstein. See, these are the builds I like, where I think you can have opportunity though. So you got those 5, and we don't like Hardenstein, so you could literally leave salary and play Caruso, Dort, Kaysen, anybody else. And if it's like a blowout, I think you can really win a lot of money by leaving salary on that build, because you'd have the 3 leading scorers, 2 good values in that thing. Yeah. I do kind of agree
like
with,
that.
if you like Indiana, I mean, you could, I don't usually like the cheap captain, but he's so cheap that only in a close game though, where you think
That's the
somehow
problem. You're throwing the blowout script out in those games, right? Because you won a close game.
Yeah, and I'm not going to do that, but either way, I like him, but
Michael says, I don't know, fellas. I'm hard on Hardy. Okay.
Well, the good part about Showdown, everybody can go in on whoever they want. Crazy part, too, I was looking at this roster at the bottom just because, for one, I was freaking annoyed that Jarris Walker's actually out. I didn't realize he was fully out because
he's hurt. He's
know,
actually hurt, too.
I forgot that he was like dead, like out. Because he was, man, I saw the 27 minutes. I was actually going to talk about him. I didn't realize he was fully out. I thought he was like questionable or something.
I think he was on like crutches or something like that. Like,
I
he's
remember
out for like 2 weeks.
Bad in that game. That's annoying though, because he was going to be like a really perfect play for this slate. So it's super annoying. But that's what I was saying about OKC too. Not only are they loaded, this dude's supposed to be like really good, this Topic dude, and he's not even over here yet. Like, I mean, God, this team, how do they just get so many guys?
Dude, he is good. I watched him. I watched some of his game. He's definitely good. He's got like a good
2 first rounders again this year. It's like, I mean, what is happening?
They're loaded up. They can do whatever. If I was OKC, I just stick. You just keep drafting these guys. Just keep drafting winners and just keep it rolling. Don't do the thing where you like trade a bunch of like youth for one stud. Don't do that. Like, even if you could get like a superstars, I would just keep loading up these young guys.
This team up anyway. They sleep together. I guarantee they might have like a big bed that they all just sleep in the same bed
together. They got a bunch of bunk beds.
Yeah. They might not even be bunk beds. It might just be like a big bed. They all just sleep in it.
So, okay, you brought it up. Let's go to the bottom range here. Like Isaiah Joe, Jalen with the Y. I don't think Tony Bradley is. They specifically wanted Tony Bradley for Mitchell Robinson.
And he's hurt. He's another guy that's hurt anyways. He doesn't fit the series, and he's hurt.
He doesn't fit the series. Jalen with the Y is projected right now on Saber. Do we think he gets back in and plays a little bit more, or do we think he doesn't fit the series either?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he fits the series. I think he's another guy that needs bigs, but. Again, like, you're gonna need something down here in some spots. Like, we only get 1% Jalen. I mean, Mitchell, you're only gonna play in a blowout. Aaron Wiggins, I mean, last series he was absolutely awful, but it's game 1. And series goes smaller. I mean, he's 1K. I don't know how you can really do better. Now that I'm thinking about it too, like, you already got a 1K guy. Isaiah Joe's way ahead of Jalen. I mean, these guys, you don't even need these guys in your pool. I'm not going to even put Jalen with a Y in my pool. You just don't. You don't need.
He's going to need blowout, I think.
And he's been annoying with blowouts to me too, because I've had him a few blowout games, and he actually doesn't get the damn blowout run either.
He doesn't get the damn blowout run.
It's like even more. Maybe he will this series because some of the others were different, like structures. But even then, though, like Wiggins and normal run at 1K, because you're not going to need more than two of these guys. Kenrich is for sure going to play.
And do we think Kenrich kind of fits the series? I think again
way better. So
yeah,
he's only 1,600. So honestly, like I'm just gonna. I think
even
good.
Isaiah Joe fits the series a little bit more because you want
Especially
like shooters like
format too.
Yeah, in a game one format where it could be a track meet where he's getting open looks in transition, like they're just in transition look like. Yeah. Isaiah Joe is definitely, he fits this series. I think Kenrich does too, pretty good. So yeah, I like that. So Thomas Bryant, 2K, Ben Shepherd, 2,400. I'm definitely lowest on Ben Shepherd, but I don't love like Thomas Bryant, 2K. What are you doing with him at 2K?
I just don't like the bigs. I mean, I'm leaving him in there. Honestly, I'm pretty comfortable with where it's got him too, like about 7-8 points. A little bit. I would definitely, him and Kenrich is a tough decision for me. Honestly, all the cheap guys. Let's put these 5 cheapies in here together because Benny Math and Obi are clearly way better than all these guys.
Clearly, yeah.
Yep. So the 5 cheap guys, and these are really the 5 that I think could swing the slate a lot too. You need to be right on these 5. The order of them, the projection won't matter, but you need to be right. Honestly, I think I got Wiggins the number 1 still, even though he's 1K. He's killed me all playoffs. I've always liked him, and he's killed me. But I look at these other 4 guys. Actually, Kenrich, I might put Kenrich ahead of him, just thinking about it. Definitely, though, my favorites are the OKC guys, Kenrich and Wiggins, for sure, 100%. My favorites. And then after that, I'd probably go Thomas Bryant, then Shepherd, then Joe. But clearly my favorite 2 are Wiggins and Kenrich, and I want a bunch of all 5 of them, honestly. Like I like these price points for these guys. Like I want more than 2% Kenrich. 40 Wiggins is okay. I even want more than 6% Thomas Bryant though. Like I want more because he's got some upside if he hits some shots and stuff.
I think I want a little more Isaiah Joe just because of blowout factor too on top of it. Like we don't like Indiana as much, and Isaiah Joe we've seen get some blowout run and just can get hot. So I think I'm going to be higher on him than you. I definitely like Kenrich. I think I have him over Aaron Wiggins in this spot. And then it'd probably be like Thomas Bryant after that. Ben Shepherd last for me. So that's probably how I go about these guys. But you know, it is true. You definitely like this range. If you can find the obviously, as long as it's not like one of those like mid-tier builds, Tony, like one of these guys probably hits. If you get the right one, it's going to probably make everything a lot easier. Because Indiana too, if it's a 5-1, it could be just a build where the raw points guy is the winner. So it might not even be a guy you're like super high on. You know what I mean? But just hits, maybe it's Pascal, but Pascal scores like 28 and is on the winner.
There's
somehow.
A very good chance that it's going to happen too, because that's why these numbers are high too, the way they are up top, because you just look, once you get down here and you actually look at this, like if Wiggins actually gets like 14, Kenrich gets some, or any 2 of these guys get 10 plus, say it that way. If 2 of these guys get 10 plus, it's just going to be very hard for that not to be the build.
Which game 1 at home, you would think this is the game if they were to get it. Like it's probably here because they probably tighten up as this series goes on.
Definitely.
And I always like those role guys more at home anyways. So it kind of fits all around, at least for the OKC side. So yeah, I think we hit on most of the guys. I don't really see much non-projected that like I would add to the pool. Maybe if you think it's a blowout, that Mitchell kid from OKC, but I don't think you need to do it. But if you really like the blowout, maybe you could put him in there. Tony, you see anyone else I'm missing that you could like throw in?
I was trying to find some guys in there when you were looking, but let me see.
There's really not James Johnson. James Johnson.
It honestly is a good point just because of how big the contests are tonight to get even a sliver of a few of these guys just in case it's a blowout. Just because, I mean, if you somehow fall on to like a Furphy and you get like a whole fourth quarter or something, I mean, you could just win a lot of money for not like I'm literally talking about playing like 2% of a few of these guys just to get literally a sliver just because of how big the contests are tonight. Where, I mean, you just have so much more upside than normal with a unique build. Like if you just imagine you're like towards the top and everyone has the same build and all of a sudden you have Johnny Furphy playing the last 8 minutes, knowing you're going to win 250 grand if he like gets you 12 fantasy points in blowout run or something. So I don't know, like James Johnson too. Maybe they want some toughness towards the end of the game. Maybe you throw him in there. These are not going to be like plays if you play a couple lineups or something that you should go to. But if you got a bunch, I don't hate it. And then the OKC side, like you said, we saw last series, this Mitchell and Dylan Jones both looked really, really good in scrub time. So maybe you throw, I don't know, 2% on 5 guys. Say that. 2% on 5 guys. That's 10% you're a little bit in trouble with unless it's a blowout. But there's still 1K. You're not going to get like trampled by the field. And the thing is, though, these guys that you play are going to have to outscore Wiggins and Joe and these guys. But they could. I mean, they easily could. We've seen these guys have games.
Those guys can score 2 and they can score 11. Like it's like, so could they outscore them in 5 minutes of action? Like they definitely could do that.
I mean, Mitchell and Dylan Jones both had 18-point games in the last series. 18. So if they can get 18, and it was a blowout, but that doesn't mean shit. If they got 18, think of the edge. Let me just say that. The one game that the Thunder blew out the Wolves, both of those guys got 18. Like, there's no way. Well, how much money would you win right now tonight if I told you both those guys are going to score 18? You would win a gazillion dollars.
Yeah, because no one else is going to play those guys too. Like nobody else.
And yeah, you need a blowout, but I mean, it was an extreme blow. I'm using the extreme version. All I'm saying is, you can win a shit ton of money by not doing, like, I'm not saying go in there and play 20% of these guys. Just throw a little sliver in there and see what happens.
Little sprinkle.
A little taste. A little taste in
sprinkle. A little sprinkle for Big T. Big T, over on DK Sportsbook, they got a nice little boost. They got a 33% boost for the finals game tonight. I got a no sweat bet too. I don't know. Did you get a no sweat bet for over on DK? So they got those promos out. If you guys bet over on DK Sportsbook, you can check those promos out there. Do you want to do like a show bet for the no sweat? Do you want to do something big? You always throw those like big ones in there too.
I like when it's a no sweater. I like getting a little courageous in there and seeing what happens.
One of the games you were like really close to hitting it too. I forget which game it was, but I think you missed by like a Halliburton assist or something like that.
It
like
wasn't that close, but it was close.
It was pretty damn close.
It was like maybe 2 or 3 assists, and then Brunson's points didn't get there either. But it was close.
That's what it was.
Sure.
It was close, but it was like a
going into the fourth. I was probably favored to hit it.
Dude, you were like 400 to 1 type thing. it was a wild.
No,
bet.
It paid a lot. It would have been.
It paid a shitload.
I haven't looked at much of the bet side yet, but we can.
So I'll just give a few bets that I like. I like under on Tyrese Halliburton's assist at 8.5. It is juiced to the over. I like as a sneaky bet, Cason Wallace for 3+ assists at plus 120. He's hit that number in 4 of his last 5 games. And I think the pace is going to be even higher than against a team like Minnesota. So I think it kind of fits his style. I like Chet for a double-double at plus money, plus 110. And I like SGA over on rebounds at over 5.5. So there's just a couple bets I might I don't know if I'm going to use my probably not my no sweat bet. I might use my 33% boost on that little puppy. But those are just a couple bet. Do you have any bet you like? Do you like the Thunder? Do you like the over, the under?
Not just for tonight's game. I got all the money on OKC minus 1.5 games. I've sent it on Twitter, but OKC, I'm just my biggest bet of the playoffs so far. The series have been awesome. I need to tally it up for my tweet later today. And I mean, we hit the series bets and we hit the Pacers. We got, I mean, all the bets have just been freaking awesome. So, yeah, it's just OKC. Get in the Discord, though. I'll post some later today once I actually look at it. And I just haven't looked at anything yet as far as the bets.
All right, there you go. Yeah, get in the Discord, RPS 15 if you want 15% off your first month or week, whatever you want. You can use that code RPS 15, get yourself that 15%. Hit the like button on the video if you enjoyed the video here. Big T, favorite play overall? You want to give one play? Doesn't matter who.
I mean, besides the top guys that are obvious, I mean, it sounds bad to say, but I think I like Aaron Wiggins the best. He's projected 20% by Sabre. He's going to end up chalky, though, I think. Like, his projection is going to be too good at 12 in these. He's going to – I can't give that. It's going to be too chalky. Too many people are going to like that play. The projection's too good at 1K. Who's like a random guy in the middle that I like? I mean, your Nembhard play. I like your Nembhard play as a random guy. Nembhard, Obi. I don't know. I don't have any weird like. I want like a weird guy I like, but I don't think I have one. Kenrich, man. I'll say Kenrich because Kenrich definitely isn't going to be popular. So I'll say Kenrich. I think he's a differential type guy.
Yeah, I like that. I definitely like the Kenrich call. I think Benny Math too. I think if I were to bet Indiana props like over, it's either Nembhard or Mathurin. Those are the two guys. If I bet any Indiana props over, it's going to be those two guys. I haven't looked at their props yet. I don't know exactly where they're at. I mean, Benny Math's point prop is probably like 7.5, I would assume.
Yeah,
something like that. So yeah, 7.5 minus 115.
And the part I hate, a lot of our like cheap guys we like are all Pacers that have like an extreme amount of volatility. Like it could go very, very poorly for us.
I know. I do like Casey Wallace too. That's a guy I like for OKC. I'll give a OKC.
He's the guy I trust the most at the bottom. Like just as far as just floor and just get me 16. I trust him the most of all those guys.
And man, he's been pretty aggressive in this play. Honestly, to go into this, I was never a big fan of Casey Wallace. He's one of the guys I've actually gotten to respect more throughout this playoffs. I think he's played really well. And you can look at some of these games too, like 7, 9, 10 shots, some of these playoff games. So it's not like he's just hanging in the corner every game, Tony. Some games he does, but he's definitely gotten a lot better. And like I said, the playmaking numbers, 3 assists, 1, 4, 7, 5. Those are his last 6 games. So he's doing a little bit more all around. Plus the defense, he's someone that I like. So yeah, good spot for Wallace. I definitely think so. I might have to hit more of his props. I mean, his points prop can't be high, 6.5. That's probably a good number, but I could see that going over. I don't mind that. All right, that's gonna do it here for the show. If you want more of the content, we'll have everything posted on the Slate Builder over at Run Pure Sports. So if you want me, Big T, JBC, AP's content for the NBA playoffs game 1. That'll be over on the NBA Slate Builder at Run Pure Sports. Big T, good luck to you. I know you got a shitload of tickets into that $25 millie. So hopefully one of you guys watching or you or me take that thing down. But good luck with all your tickets and good luck to everyone watching. We'll see you guys next time for Big T. I'm JSU. We're out of here. Peace.